Today I'm going to make bread pakora. Bread pakora are these delicious Indian street food that is basically a sandwich that's dipped in a spicy besan batter and fried. They are so good. Usually on the streets you find them two ways, one with a spicy potato filling and another with a chutney and cheese filling. The chutney and cheese filling is my favorite, so let me show you how to make this bread pakora. I start by making my batter. So there's the besan. I have the red chili powder. I have turmeric. Add black pepper when you're using turmeric to activate the curcumin. I have a little bit of rice flour to add to the crispiness of the batter. And ajmo or carom seed. I always mix my batter with a fork. This helps break up the lumps in the besan and gives you a smoother batter. You can also sieve the besan if you like, but I never do that. I just use a fork. You can add water a little bit at a time to make the batter. Add the water before you add in your vegetables to make the batter as smooth as possible. And the type of besan that you have will determine how much water you need. So always add a little bit at a time because you can always add more water. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to add a little splash more. And that is perfect. You want it to be kind of a little bit thick. So this is the consistency you're looking for. So it'll coat your bread, but not create a very thick batter. Okay, now I'm going to add in the onion and the green chili. So I'm only adding about 1/4 of an onion that's chopped very finely and 1 green chili. Okay, there's the batter. Set that aside while we prepare the bread. Starting with the first slice of bread, I'm going to add butter to one side and chutney to the other. White bread in the US just does not have the right texture for bread pakora. It's just too soft and just kind of falls apart really easily. So I've been using milk bread that I get from my Asian store, and it is perfect. It has the right texture that I'm looking for bread pakora. And then I have a slice of Amul cheese. Put that in there. Close it up. My mom always cut the crusts on hers that she made at home, but most street vendors don't because they're churning out so many. But honestly, it just depends on your individual preference. You can cut the crust off or not, up to you, and then cut it diagonally into 2 large triangles. It's traditional to leave them big, but this bread is pretty huge, so I'm cutting it into smaller pieces. And this is what we're going to fry. We're going to dip this in our besan batter and fry it up. I'm going to test the oil to see if it's hot enough. So just take a little tiny drop of batter, drop it into the oil, and see how it bubbles up right away and rises to the top. We are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to take my bread triangle, my cheese sandwich, and dip it in my batter. Make sure all the sides are sealed. And grab that with a fork. Drain a little bit of the batter. And transfer it straight into my oil. Okay, then you can move it around and fry it up until it is evenly cooked all the way around. The batter's a little thick, as you can see. So when this is done, I'm going to add a little bit of extra water to the batter. Just a tiny amount. Looks like the boondi is done. I like to always save my boondi so I can make raita the next day. So I'm going to scoop my boondi out before it burns and then put it on the corner of my paper towel. Okay, this looks good. Let the oil drain for a couple of seconds and then transfer it onto some paper towels. The batter is still a little thick, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Let's dip and move it around. Make sure that all of the edges are nice and coated. Okay, you see that is perfect. And we're going to transfer it to the hot oil. And a little bit of cheese is leaking through. Okay, this is why it's important to make sure you coat it all the way around. You see that cheese leaking through and it's splattering a little bit. You can do as many as will fit in your pan comfortably without crowding. So I have a small-ish pan, but I can at least fit 2. Go. Just make sure to keep moving them around so they're cooking evenly. Okay, this one is done. Move that over. The best part, in my opinion, of making any kind of pakora or bhajiya is having boondi. I always use any leftover batter to just make these little boondis because then I can make boondi raita. Boondi raita is my absolute favorite raita. Ugh, the best. Fry these up until they're golden. You're preventing food waste, making delicious food, and it's just so good. Done. Well, there you have it, bread pakora. I cut some of them open so you can see what they look like. Oh, so good, delicious. And there's a whole one. Look at that. It's nice and crunchy and coated. So I'm gonna try one. And I'm using vada pav chutney, which is bright red garlic chutney, which is one of my favorite chutneys. And I'm gonna give it a taste. Oh, so good, so good. That is delicious. The bread is moist and the chutney gives it so much flavor and the cheese adds creaminess. Oh, it's perfect. This is street food at its best. Well, there you have it. Bread pakora. Please like and subscribe so I can keep sharing my recipes with you, and please press the bell icon so you can get updated on new recipes as I post them. Thanks so much. Bye.